Go. Action.
Welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News with Serpo Jr.
And Big J.
And stepping right on into it. Japan Health Panel recommends allowing import use of medical marijuana products. In Tokyo on September 29th, a Japanese health ministry panel on Thursday recommended revising the nation's drug laws to allow for the importation and use of medical marijuana products. The recommendation was based on meeting medical needs and to harmonize Japan with international standards. The committee reported. The revision would apply to marijuana products whose safety and efficiency were confirmed under laws governing pharmaceuticals and medical devices. So out there in Japan, it seemed as if like some of the stuff that was being produced out there, I don't know, it's just the way that it's going. It seemed like it was kind of like not meeting the needs. So if you're allowing for things to come in from outside entities, so I'm pretty sure the Americas got something to do with that, so you guys are going to be receiving some top quality medical products.
Man, that sounds good to me. Moving on. Man, the heartbreaking death of rapper Coolio. Iconic rap artist Coolio, best known for his hit Gangsta's Paradise, has died suddenly at age 59. And for those of y'all that know, Coolio straight out of Compton, that hit that song that he came out with back in the days was a big hit. Everybody was bumping the Gangsta's Paradise, man, and a lot of us young dudes out of the city, man, could really relate. Compton, Watts, and all the surrounding areas, we could relate to a lot of the shit that he was talking about, man. So, we just want to say rest in peace to Coolio, man, and condolences to his family and everything.
Rest in peace,
Compton
Coolio.
love. Yes, sir. Moving on.
Now on to another one. Gun owner rights groups challenge Connecticut firearms ban. And it's a whole lot going on with these firearms. In Hartford, Connecticut, citing a U.S. Supreme Court decision earlier this year, gun rights groups and firearm owners have launched another attempt to overturn Connecticut's ban on certain semi-automatic rifles that was enacted in response to the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. We all know about that.
Right,
That was
right.
some crazy
Tragedy.
stuff.
Yep.
A new lawsuit was filed Thursday in federal court by 3 gun owners, the Connecticut Citizens Defense League and the Second Amendment Foundation. They are seeking to overturn the state prohibition on what they call modern sports firearms, such as AR-15 style rifles like the one used to kill 20 first graders and 6 educators at the Newton School in 2012.
Sad.
We all deserve to live in safe communities, but denying ownership of the most commonly owned firearms in the country is not the way to achieve it. Holly Sullivan, president of the Connecticut Citizens Defense League, said in a statement. Now, some of these guns, I feel, it may be a bit too much to like have on citizen streets. I understand you say it's used for sporting purposes.
Right.
Keep it for sporting purposes. And then other things for other things. But all in all, it's as if like bans are coming and a lot of people is being deprived of, Second Amendment rights, right to protect yourself.
Right.
So this what they got going on out there.
Right. I think everybody should have a right to bear arms, to own a gun. But I think they should do psych evaluations on people. You know what I'm saying? To be able to own a gun, no matter who you is, and no matter race, creed, or whatever, just take this psych evaluation. You pass this, and you're able to get a gun as long as you legal, And we moving right along. 900 apply for New York's first licenses to sell recreational pot. Look, and we've been talking about this and we've been covering this. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of people. And I bet you that's not even a half of the people that's been affected behind the shit, though. So look, more than 900 would-be pot shop operators have applied for a chance to open New York State's first legal dispensary for recreational marijuana. Regulators said Wednesday. The state has said it plans to issue about 150 licenses. So basically, you see 900 applied and only 150 are going to be able to get licenses. So in the first round, which was open only to people with past pot convictions or their relatives. So that's kind of cool. So if a person relative or something had a weed conviction, then it opens them up to be able to apply for it too. Just hopefully it's not like some shit to where you apply for it and then they picking and choosing certain people or whatever. You know what I mean? So some 903 applications came in before the deadline passed Monday. The State Office of Cannabis Management tweeted a message was sent to the agency asking when the licenses will be awarded. I bet you there was a lot of people that applied for it. Like, man, when we gonna get our shit? You know what I mean? So there's no exact date yet for sales to begin in New York, which is expected to become one of the country's biggest legal cannabis markets. Officials aim to ensure it creates opportunity for people who were most affected by pot policies. Man, let it be that, which resulted in disproportionate arrests of Black and Latino people. Forgive me on that one, y'all. We look forward to building the nation's most equitable and diverse cannabis market. The Cannabis Office tweeted Wednesday. That's why the first license are reserved for businesses and nonprofit groups with a leader who was convicted of marijuana offense or has a close relation who was. There are other requirements, including experience running a business that's a cold little twist. Experience running a business that was profitable for at least 2 years. That's a twist though. So just think about a lot of people that's been affected by weed or maybe went to jail and didn't have didn't run a business or never had a business before. So that kind of leaves a lot of people out. Other people will be able to apply later. So, people got to wait.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. And it's like, you know what I'm saying, to like touch on it a little bit, it seemed like as if they opening it up to a lot of people. Those who have people close to them who've been convicted of a cannabis crime or whatever it may be, you have action at doing so. If you're not within that group right there, it's seeming as if you need to meet a requirement of running that business.
Right.
Like, so it seems as if like that market is opening, and to all them New Yorkers, remember they got them little trucks and all that stuff towed away. So man,
bring them back,
baby.
Moving on.
Despite the munchies, marijuana legalization is tied to lower obesity rates. Stereotype busting stud fines. That's crazy. Another recent study is dismantling marijuana stereotypes, with researchers finding the adult use legalization is actually associated with decreased levels of obesity, despite the fact that cannabis is well-known appetite stimulator. So, it's like one of the side effects to smoking pot. Man, I'm finna be hungry in the mud.
Munchies.
You know what I'm saying? So, bam. The study published this month by the Journal of Health Economics analyzed obesity data in Washington State, one of the first states to legalize recreational marijuana from 2002 to 2018. Excuse me on that one. Researchers at North Dakota State University, the Center for the Study of Public Choice and Private Enterprise, and the Metropolitan State University of Denver said that despite marijuana munchies factor over all concerns about obesity, the relationship between legalization and excessive weight gain remains an open and under-investigated question. So it's like, I don't know, it's seeming as if like some people is leaning towards, all right, a lot of our people is obese because of weed or cannabis usage.
Right.
Other sides is saying like, man, that's not true.
Right.
So to help fill that gap, the study set out to investigate what happened in Washington State in the years after adult use retailers opened in 2014 compared to the rest of the country after controlling for other factors.
Right.
The experiment showed that the opening of recreational marijuana dispensaries led to decrease in obesity rates relative to counterfactually constructed Washington state. Specifically, the state obesity rate is an average of 5.4% lower than the average. So weed is not the cause of you gaining weight.
Right. So I guess it's just a motherfucker being lazy and stuff like that, though.
That's a personal problem.
Man.
That's the best way to smoke news with Serco Jr.
Big J. Baby, baby.